everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory out on that field. It's Matthews' Eagles going up against West's Ravens. With that, let's get you up to M&T Bank Stadium. On the call, here are Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are coming to you from the heart of Baltimore, nestled between Russell Street and I-395. We're at M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Carson Wentz to lead the Philadelphia Eagles, and they played the Bengals last week. You called the game, and Wentz put the ball in the air 60 times. 60 passes for Wentz, completed 36 of them.
And that is definitely not by design. When you ask their head coach, Doug Peterson, what he wants to do on offense with the rookie quarterback, he wants to run it and take some pressure off of him. In fact, his goal was 30 runs from the running back position in the game. Well, they got behind. They got down, so they couldn't do that. He had to throw the ball a lot. He only got sacked one time, Brandon, but he took a lot of hits in that game. I got to admire the way he hung in there.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
For a guy who went to college as a quarterback, Ryan Matthews has turned into quite the power runner. If he could only stay healthy, well, his numbers would be huge, I think.
His numbers so far, 2 times over 1,000 yards with the Chargers, 5 years there now in his second year with the Eagles. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Now Wentz on third down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So here now the old wily veteran, 13th year in the league, Donnie Jones, to punt it away. Back deep is Devin Hester. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. First and 10 here for Flacco. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Flacco here on second down. Shreds the tackle, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Looking for 2 yards here on third down. Flacco. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Now the offense lining up first and 10. Throwing here on first down. Flacco. Oh, he stays up. Fight it. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. It's caught. It's Dennis Pitta. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, guys, and welcome everyone to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the scoreless first half of play. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Ravens have it later on the drive. Quick pass and completion is made here, and the play will come to an end after a gain of 5. Ravens now later on the drive. The quick pass and completion is made. He would pick up 2 yards and then duck out of bounds.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley. A scoreless first half, and now we're set for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Moore now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Eagles defense. They pitched a shutout in the first half. Can they keep it going here? I mean, maybe when is their offense also going to get going too? That's another question.
That's a great one, because what they're hoping is that the wave that they're riding right now, which is being really good on defense, has enough to carry the offense along with them and bring them to the front and find a way to score some points.
Yeah, all zeros right now. Carry here for Terrence West. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, Flacco to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. So both teams scoreless here as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the 4th. And as the 4th quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
Pressure mounting. Flacco. He's got time in the pocket. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Sproles, the return. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles take possession. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're on the outskirts of field goal range here in a tie game with a little time. So how do you handle this? What do you do here, Charles?
Everybody wants to pick up as much yardage as possible. But the weird part is for field goal kickers, being in really close sometimes puts more pressure on them because it's much more of a position kick as opposed to just going ahead and letting it out and letting it thump. A lot of guys like a little bit of distance because you know they can handle it, and it's a more natural swing of the leg.
So maybe getting inside the 20, not that big of a deal.
Not that huge of a deal. Sometimes that messes you up with the angles depending on which hash mark you're kicking from.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
To throw is Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw, Wentz. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He'll try and keep this away from Hester as this is going toward the sideline. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They start on the ground with West. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run again here with West. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that will be their third and final in this overtime session. And as they talk it over, we take a break. We'll be right back. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he finds his man, Kamar Aiken. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.